Pilates and Yoga Studio.
And I'm Lindsay from the Pilates and Yoga Studio as well.
Hopefully you know familiar faces. So today we're going to be doing a quick warm-up that includes some breath and abdominal work. A little warm-up that you can do, and then with some abdominal work that you can do from home, and hopefully it'll help you keep on track with your Pilates. So I'm going to step out, but I'm going to have Lindsay lie down on the mat. And you're going to bring your feet flat, knees bent, and just kind of wiggle your pelvis a little bit just to kind of find a little bit of movement at first, and then just settle down to be still. And all you're going to do here is inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And you're going to continue to do that at your own pace, in through the nose and out through the mouth. And it's totally up to you if you have your eyes closed or open. And your goal is to just take that air to the sides and back and even front of your body. So it's okay if you just fill up like a balloon. And then let the belly sink toward your spine on your exhale. Try 1 or 2 more breaths like that. Just fill your body with air. Even let the air go to the top and bottom of your body. And the sides and back and front. Inhale, fill with air. And exhale, let your belly sink down towards your spine. All Lindsay's going to do is add a pelvic tilt to this. You're going to inhale, tilt forward into extension. So a little bit of a back bend, a little extension. Exhale to flexion, which is curling your pubic bone toward your belly button. Inhale, extend the low back. And exhale to curl the low back. And while you continue to do this, you want to just check in with your neck, shoulders, face, anywhere that you might be holding tension that you don't need it. So just try to get rid of any of that extra tension you might be holding. Try a couple more pelvic tilts like this, just kind of getting rid of any extra tension, but also gently engaging the belly. So gently pull in your belly muscles while you're doing the pelvic tilt. And then you're going to go to a neutral pelvis, and that's right in the middle of the two. And your goal here is for your hip bones and your pubic bone to be in a pretty even plane, a parallel plane with each other, so your low back has a little air behind it. You're going to bring your right knee to tabletop here, and then your left knee to tabletop. And your goal is to stay in tabletop at first. Lift your arms an inch off the mat. Inhale there and turn your palms to either down or up. It's actually up to you. Exhale, curl up head, neck, and shoulders. And at first, you're just going to pump your arms here. You're going to inhale for 5 pumps and exhale for 5 pumps. So you have a choice. You can keep your knees in tabletop here and just focus on your breath and your neutral, stable pelvis in tabletop. You can also, while you continue to breathe here, let your head either come down to the mat completely or stay up in this rib curl. So just know you can lie your head down if needed. Your legs can stay here or reach out in front of you for a little more challenge. So play around with that. If you want to stay in tabletop, great. You can either do one leg at a time out, or you can bring both legs out. So it's really up to you here, but the main goal is focus on your breath. So you inhale for about 5 pumps, and exhale, let your belly sink down towards your spine for about 5 pumps. 1 more breath cycle before you lie down to rest. Fingers reaching, shoulders gently pressing toward your fingers. And then hug your knees toward your chest and just give yourself a little rest. You can either rock side to side or just take whatever stretch you need for just a moment. We're going to jump into the stomach series here. So what's going to happen is Lindsay's going to you're going to keep your right knee in toward your chest and take your left leg out in front of you. And you're going to keep your head down at first and just do single leg stretch, which is one knee coming in and then the other leg going out. So for your breath, if you want to go kind of slow, you can inhale as you bend one knee in and exhale as you do the other knee. And remember, the inhales through your nose and the exhales through your mouth. If you want something a little bit more advanced, you can inhale for 2 switches and exhale for 2 switches. Also, if you need more challenge, you're welcome to curl up your head, neck, and shoulders for any of this. either both knees can just stay, or both hands can stay on the knee, or you can do what Lindsay's doing, and she has one hand on the ankle. She had one hand on the ankle, one hand on the knee. So you can just choose that according to how it feels for you today. Go ahead and hug your knees toward your chest and let your head rest down for a moment. Both knees are gonna come to tabletop here, and your hands are gonna go on top of your knees. You're gonna inhale, lie there, and exhale, try curling up head, neck, and shoulders at first here. For the double leg stretch, you're gonna inhale, bring your legs forward and your arms a little bit back. So this is stretching arms and legs in opposite directions, and then on your exhale, take your arms out to the side and bring your knees in and grab onto those knees gently. Inhale as you reach, trying your best for a stable, neutral pelvis. So only move your legs as far as your pelvis can try to feel as stable as possible. Inhale to reach, exhale to return. You can also try putting your head down and only doing the legs. The arms are welcome to do the choreography as well. Inhale, reach away, and exhale, come in. And then go ahead and rest for a second. So we'll do the scissors here. Both legs are gonna come up into the air, but if you have tight hamstrings, definitely keep your knees bent. If you have a little bit longer back of the leg, if you don't feel a lot of stretch, you can have straight legs. But bring both arms up into the air here. You're gonna inhale, lie here, and exhale, curl up head, neck, and shoulders. Start to scissor your legs. You are gonna grab onto the leg as it comes toward you, and you can grab low behind your thigh, or you can grab up higher behind your calf or ankle. So just know that while you scissor, you also wanna try to have as much of a neutral, stable pelvis as possible. If your back feels at all achy or sore, you're welcome to do a little bit of a posterior pelvic tilt and let your low back round into the mat. But in general, keep your breath as a priority and your belly gently pulling in as a priority. If you need to put your head down, you can also do this modified with your head down and just do the scissor. And then let your head rest down on the mat and just take a moment. The double leg lower here can be done either in Pilates V or parallel today. So bring your legs up, and either your legs will just be side by side, or you'll do a little Pilates V here. Go ahead and put your hands behind your head. You're gonna lie there on your inhale, and on your exhale, curl up head, neck, and shoulders. If you need to modify, you would keep your head down. Inhale, lower both legs on your inhale. And exhale, bring the legs back up. That's it. Trying again for your stable, neutral pelvis, and entire back is stable while the upper body here is curled. You can also bend your knees if you have tight hamstrings. Just know that's an option. More of a tabletop leg if needed. Head, of course, can stay down if needed too. And then rest. So the crisscross here. Your hands are gonna go behind your head, and let's try first a modified crisscross with both feet down on the mat. So feet are gonna be, let's do hip width apart today, and all that's gonna happen is an upper and mid body movement while the lower body stays stable. So you're gonna keep your hips still, you're gonna keep your knees and feet right where they are. Inhale, lie where you are. Exhale, just curl up to center. You're gonna take your right armpit and gently twist it toward your left hip. And then you're gonna switch sides. So what's gonna happen is you're gonna inhale one direction, and then you can exhale, go the other way. You're also welcome to stop in the middle every time if you feel like you need to reset. Otherwise, just do the twisting from side to side gently. Make sure that you're breathing and you're trying your best to not twist the hips as much and make it a torso and upper body twist. And then rest down. And then reach your arms and legs out in opposite directions. And just point and flex your feet and wrists. So you're gonna point and flex here a few times. Rotate your ankles and your wrists a couple times. Go the other direction. And then here, you're either gonna roll up to seated or turn to your side to push yourself up to seated. And then you're just gonna sit in a comfortable position. You can sit with your legs crossed, and I'm gonna have you turn toward me, Lindsay, for this part. You're just gonna sit here, and if you're at all uncomfortable in your hips or low back or legs, please grab a blanket or a pillow from your living room couch and sit up on it right now. Otherwise, if you're feeling pretty good, yeah, just stay on the mat. But if you need a little support, just kind of prop yourself up. So we're just gonna end with a little postural seated work here. So you're just gonna do some shoulder rolls at first, just kind of getting the shoulders moving. After some of that stomach series, everything was sometimes unintentionally tensed or rounded forward. Let's go the other way with a couple shoulder rolls. This little seated series is also fine to do at the beginning of your workout. If you want to do it at the beginning instead of the end, just know that these movements are good to do almost any time. So really all that's going to happen here is you're going to bring both arms up and you're going to look up. Take an inhale there, exhale, bring the arms down. Inhale as you reach up. Exhale as you bring them down. We're going to do one more for 3. Inhale, reach up. And on your exhale, bring your elbows down into what looks like a W shape. So what's going to happen is you're going to go from a V to a W. Your goal is for nice tall posture. Pretend like the middle of the back of your head and your upper back and your seat are all pressing against an imaginary wall. Your arms are either in line with that wall or slightly in front of the wall. You just want to feel tall and not like you're doing a back bend. Tall spine, not extended spine. One more like this. Inhale, reach. Exhale, return. Go ahead and take one arm down and one arm back for internally rotating one arm, externally rotating the other. I call this doll arms. Breathe here, just a little bit of seated work here for the upper body. Pull your belly in gently. Good, and then just bring your arms down and do a little shake. And then just one more breath here to end. You're just gonna inhale, bring your arms up. And on your exhale, bring your arms out to the side. And thanks to everyone for joining us. Hope you join us again.
In person too.